What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. Just to recap where we're at this point, stat-wise, did not mean to sit down there, but we are well over 100 at this point. As a reminder, we did do some farming before we jumped into the DLC to make things a little bit easier. And as you can see, we're approaching up to 110. In fact, just one level from hitting that point. Now, as for how high leveled in Bloodborne, the meta level is kind of irrelevant at this point. The game has been around for so long that, in reality, if you're going to find people to play with, more often than not, you're going to be using a password. That being said, if you want to try and stick around like 120 is what used to be the meta for PvP type stuff. For people that are focused on doing chalice dungeons and whatnot, and co-op, it's actually a little bit higher. It's closer to like 150. But I mean, at this point, Bloodborne has been out so long that honestly, I wouldn't worry about it. Just level until you're satisfied, and if you want to play with friends, just use a password. Like we are well past the majority life cycle of Bloodborne at this point. So, and the idea behind a meta level is to promote connectivity, but you know, connectivity isn't exactly a strong spot when the game's almost well, when there's not many people playing it. Anyway, jump on into this and then just face this way, keep running, and then you see we can get right off on the way on up to another little platform here. So this is going to take us to a hunter, and this hunter can be a little bit of a pain. You can try and just auger them straight off if you're having trouble with it, but otherwise, just try and beat him down. Okay, guy. There we go. And this is a plip-plop. This is what all those brain things turn into. Go ahead and just kill it. These things can't actually die. And you'll get some brain fluid, and then the plip-plop will come back to life. Anyway, so we want to, not there, we want to get back over to the elevator. So the best way is going to be right over there. There we go. Thank you. And now we're actually going to take this back down. Now that we're here, go ahead and talk to her. She wants brain fluid. Go ahead and give it to her. She's going to talk about how it's great. She's going to give you some blood. Get the blood of Adeline. And now we can go away and take the double elevators back up. So her blood is quite nice, similar to Yosofka's blood. It's a heal as well as a regen over time, so just kind of a nice item to have access to. Okay, guy. Alright. If you really want to get a spanking, I'll give you one. Let's go on and hit this real fast. Might as well kill these two to get bullets while I'm at it. Big thrust. I love that thrust. It's so good. I just love the Claymore moveset in general. It's so reliable, you know? Alright, this time we are going to take the elevator all the way up, though. Alright. So, here, let me see. Continue along, beware the floor trap near the gunner, and then loop around for the blue elixir. Ah, yes, the gunner. The gunner, which is right there. So we can, oh yeah, sorry, we'll do him real fast. So there's a floor trap right here, you can see. Run past that. Take care of him. And we can go this way and kill some more crazies. These ones don't have a head. floor trap right there. And grab the blue elixirs, and then we'll make our way back. I can open this. Get on inside. Bunch of plip-plops. It's 3 plip-plops if I remember correctly, and the one up top. Grab this, and grab that. Just pop it with a bullet. Oh, I missed a couple of you. Oh, never mind. No, I didn't. That's right. They respawn. Either that or I just accidentally didn't kill them. These ones not respawn? I don't know. Anyway, so we got them. 3 flip-flop, shoot one at the ceiling, loop back around, and continue up the staircase for a whacker and another ladder. Oh, up these stairs. Thrasher, whacker, whatever you want to call them. Crazy boys. All you need to know is they're dangerous. Let me get that, and then we grab this. Okay, run over this way for some loot. You'll notice some rats and a crow. That lever we need to turn, but before we go ahead and turn that, instead run on over this way. Take out these crows. And then there's a crow that's going to jump down and try to ambush you. But we can very easily kill the rats from over here. Don't want to come down. Fine. Another passive that we can kill. I swear you're supposed to ambush, but it's not. But that's fine. So with them dead and a chunk acquired, let's turn this thing. We're gonna go get that crow. That crow is supposed to have a rune for us, but back when we did this in the prep, it was like being buggy and he did not drop said rune. Oh, that time he dropped it. Wonderful. So you're probably like, hang on, we already moved that. How do we get back up? It's pretty easy. Just head on over this way. And you'll see a ladder right here. There's actually 2 ladders. The one over there is the one we originally came up on. This is the one that takes you up to the 2nd tier. The main reason to come back up here after already dropping is we got to go over here to get some more brain fluid. Plop number 2. I don't know what they're actually called. I guess enlarged brains, but I'll kill that and get more brain fluid. Then head on back, take the ladder, drop whatever you want to do. Ooh, whoa, whoa, guys. Got how fast they come at you. Scary. Down here for a couple crows guarding chest. going to go up and continue down this path. And this will start to look a little familiar. And that's where we're at. I can take this around. And right over there is where we originally killed the gunner. This is where the gunner was shooting, but now we have we've moved the level. So there's the first plip plop we got. Anyway, stairs by gunner and continue, and you can drop for the main doors and then loop around for the elevator room. So we want to drop here. Just to show the path. So this is where we go to get to the boss. Instead of doing that just yet though, I'm going to go on over here to the elevator. This is where we have that guy typically. This is the elevator room just to pull it all together. And then I want to get the lock shield next. Let's see, you can drop from the main doors, loop for the elevator room. Instead, drop and head forward for some plop guarding bullets. Yes. Want to go. Let's go up here first. Kill this plop. And let's see. Bullets. And then right here for the underground cell key and the ambush. So all you hear, that's the first thrasher that we fought down there. There's nothing else over here though. Here the only other thing to do is to take that path back and get the lock shield. Follow this along. Down this way. Kill this thing if you want. Now, while the wooden shield was actually completely garbage, the lock shield's actually pretty nice. This thing, it doesn't actually like show it like it would in Dark Souls, but it has a ton of basically arcane resist on it. You can see shield greatly reduces all forms of non-physical damage. So the idea is anytime you have bosses that are hitting you with blasts of energy or fire or whatever the case is, that shield will do some work. Now head on down here to pick up these loots. These will be down here now. You'll probably get poisoned, but it's fine. You can kill these guys if you want. I mean, they just kind of crawl around, so... but what we want to do is run on into here. I don't think it's refreshed, but we'll check.
Oh, the eyes.
Yeah, so now that we're here, we want to use a hunter's mark. And now I can talk to him real fast. You gotta make sure you just talk to him every time you meet him, and after you talk to him 3 times, he gives you a key. Go in and talk to Adeline again. He's gonna want more brain fluid. We might need to warp and warp back. It's a little bit finicky the way she works. Like you need to reset the zone, and usually just using a bolt hunter's mark is enough, but sometimes things are a little bit funky, as we have to give her brain fluid, hunter's mark, talk to her again for more brain fluid. We'll just warp right back, and she should be ready to talk to us now. And we need to go through her quest chain. Her quest chain's a little bit tricky. Definitely one of the more unique ones in Bloodborne. I remember when this DLC came out, I was playing it and like trying to figure out this puzzle and could not, and it was like me and like 2 or 3 other people on a Discord that were going through it.
Oh, don't I should.
I don't know why why she is not handing over the blood. She should hand him over the blood by now. Let me check something here. See what the trigger is and why she is not. We gave her blood fluid, triggered by giving her the brain fluid and refreshing the area. Giving her fluid a second time makes her hand over the balcony key. Yeah, stage 2 is not happening for some reason. That's okay. There's some other stuff we can do. I don't know why she is not proccing stage 2. She should, but we'll go down and we'll do the other stuff that's down here with the key that we just picked up. Because typically you just use the old hunters, the brave hunters mark, and you're all set. But head on down this way. We're going to use that key to get some stuff down here in the dungeony hallway. A couple things we can do down here now. So first up, kill these guys, obviously. So we can open this door up now, the underground cell key. Go ahead and just kill this guy. He's crazy and just bashing his face against the window. You can see he's the original weeb. White dude dressed up in a samurai outfit. So we kill him, and now with him dead we can use him as a summon. We crack open this door for some loot. Braid or cell we can't get yet, that's a little bit later. We crack open this door and there's an enemy right here that you can see. Just be a little bit careful here. What you can do with a little bit of luck is cheese him through the door. Nope, nope. Like that. This guy is the church pick hunter. We get his weapon for beating him, but he is feisty as hell. There we go. Pretty crazy weapon. We're gonna go ahead and reawaken again, see if Adeline has decided to change her tune and take brain fluid number 2 from us. There we go. Give her the brain fluid again. Oh, yes, yes, let me have it. Give her your fluid. Sounds very suggestive. Hit the balcony key. Now we head on over this way. Notice in my notes I went and I got the church pick. I wonder if that's actually a trigger for her, just not mentioned. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, out here on the balcony, drop down. Now, it is very, very possible that you could just die in this area. So I would suggest putting on that lock shield we just picked up. It's going to help protect you in case shit goes south. Now we're going to grab this. And you can see right there an item. That is a hunter thing, but the second you grab it, so, well, I mean, really the second you're down here, everything gets angry! Ow! Run! Run for your life! Run for your life! The thing is, there's really no easy way to approach this area, because as soon as you get, like, into the garden, all of these things start shooting at you at the same time, so it's... you can't, you know, you can slowly kind of work your way into it, and you can use the shield to block, but it still sucks because these guys are just like, yeah, nah, you're gonna die. We're gonna make sure you die. Thankfully, it's not hard to get back over there, so... I think it's the thrust. Yeah, I might be able to lock, shield, and thrust here. We'll see.
Someone.
And it's when you get into the garden that they get angry. Let me see if I can find... the one who has my echoes. Can't see who it is. Oh my god. Yep, just not worth it. Just not worth it. I mean, I'm sure I could switch to like heavy arcane resist armor, but whatever. I'm not worried about 50,000 echoes. So instead, there is some other stuff we need to do down there. We're just gonna ignore the fact that those things murdered me twice. I'm curious, what is my... so my arcane resist could be higher, but it's not like terrible with this set. The Black Sky Eye, though, pretty interesting hunter art. It's the DLC one, just to show it here. This is one of those things that it really pays off when you have really high. It only requires 16, and it does 1 bullet. But this is like your main go-to if you are somebody that is playing arcane, because for a cost of 1 bullet, you're able to do some damage here. You can see 165 compared to, you know, whatever a bullet would cost. 22. So it's a nice like spammable type thing for arcane builds. It doesn't really fit into my particular build, but you know, it has its uses. So anyway, after you get that stuff, on over this way. Seems a little familiar, right? Down over here for our skitters. Get some chunks, and then run this way. There's a gap right here, so just be ready to jump. Pulsing damp. This takes you all the way down, so there's really no point in doing that. Instead, just warp. And now that we have used that key, Adeline should be a plip-plop. And... yes, there she is. So this is the trick here. She needs 1 more brain fluid, but remember, when they're in plip-plop form, they can't die. So you need to kill her, take the brain fluid, and then when she respawns, refeed her brain fluid.
Please, thank you.
And now she actually like dies for real. But we got the milkweed rune, which is what we wanted. So from here, we are ready to go after the first of 2 bosses. The first boss we have is the Living Failures. It's weak to Bolt and Fire. If you have the Impunity rune, you can summon a friend at the doorway leading into the boss, like literally right in front of the boss. I think we will be fine here, honestly, with the thrust damage we have on this and the fact that we have Bolt Paper. We're gonna probably just absolutely shred through this encounter. Kind of a gimmick boss. It is useful to have the lock shield on for phase 2 of this fight. The summon's going to be right here. But the way this fight works is there's going to be 4 different failures at any given time. These are just like giant alien dudes. As you kill one, it's going to respawn. There's melee versions and there's caster versions, and the basic gist here is you just need to kill them. Really, honestly, not that good of a boss fight. It's kind of just like, eh. Yeah, we could go shield and Kirkhand here. This is literally the fight. We're just gonna be running around killing these things. This is one of the mage ones. Once we get it to about 50%, that's where we'll see the phase shift. What's going to happen is they're all going to summon meteors out of the sky, and that's the only real time that this fight is a danger. I mean, I guess if you stand still and let them hit you with their arcane shit, it could get risky, but... As you can see, our sword is just tearing through this. And one-handed mode at that, you know. So now they're trying to summon the sky thing. What I like to do when these come down is run like kind of off to the side here. I like to hide over here. And then if you can't get away, that's where you can use the shield to block a couple. You can see they can do some damage. Like if you end up getting caught out and they boop you, it'll do a little bit of damage, but for the most part, pretty straightforward fight. You know, we're just walking around beating them to death. Nothing here that's really like out of this world or. That's the fight. So with that, we get the key. And with the key, we go to the next boss, which is the real boss. Should be good, but we're gonna warp just to replenish vials and bullets. So the next boss is Maria. Maria is all about parries. If you're bad at parries, you're gonna really struggle in this fight. If you are good at parries, you are going to absolutely destroy in this fight. Over here, as a reminder, you want to have on a claw mark one here. I mean, hell, you could even go up and double up on claw mark, but I really like the visceral stamina. That's my jam. Don't worry about runes here at all. Just keep Hunter on. And back through the Loonwood Garden. If you struggle with parries, one thing you could do here is Beast Roar. Beast Roar will interrupt her and knock her on her ass. So if you are using the two-handed version of Ludwig's, you could do that. Just to show, I'll show both that and the parry strat here. As for papers, you can use whatever, firebolt, you know, it doesn't matter. Damage is damage here. Go ahead and pop this open. I'm gonna wipe my fire paper on. I should have ran in first. Augur's a little bit slow here, but yeah, I'll show you the Beast Roar strat and the parry strat. But just run on up. You try and touch her and you wake up. Fun fact, this is what the doll is based off of. Germain was so obsessed with Maria that he made the doll to mimic her. You can see how that would work. You just Beast Roar and knock her on her ass. It's gonna do her blood explosion. Back up when you see this. Her attacks, you'll notice, are a little bit delayed in how she swings them. You can see how parries just trivialized this entire fight. But it's a really cool fight. I mean, kind of reminds me of Lady Butterfly a little bit, because, you know, it's almost like a melodical dance in the way she's swinging and whatnot. But yeah, not bad. Just parry her and you're all set. So after we get the Celestial Dial, we're going to be heading that way, but before we do, we should warp on out because we need to change around our rune. So we're going to wrap things up here. In the next episode, we have the Fishing Hamlet. And then after we get through all of that, we come up on one of the hardest bosses in the game, the Orphan of Kos. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you all soon enough as we move on to the Fishing Hamlet.